There's a lot of foolish activity as tensions erupt amongst the couples, and we're calling everyone out. Stay tuned as we discuss episode 9 of 90 Day Fiancé.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Get out the way. Move. Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way.
Get it?
I want to dedicate this song to Leida and Tasha. Definitely.
I thought it was
going
gonna get physical this episode.
Yeah, me too. And I'm not even gonna say what that's gonna be our second couple. But yeah, what were you guys? Well, first off, I'm your girl Alex Bowers. You can follow me everywhere, but we'll get into that later.
Hey, Alex Bowers.
Yeah, but that's later.
Hey guys, I'm Stacey Olivas, and I'm so excited to be back. This episode was really good.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And I, last but not least, Linda Antwi as usual. I have so many feels about this episode. It was really hard to watch. Really, really hard to watch and not want to freak all the way out.
I wanted to cry at one point.
Yeah, me too.
I really, it took everything. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this, but this is so messed up.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So, Stacey.
I'm just amazed by these young people in these episodes, like the ones in their early 20s, whatever, teenagers. Like in all these episodes of 90 Day Fiancé, they have their head on straight. They're pretty, like, the things they say, I'm like, oh,
I felt like
they're smart.
It was a circus. I did not feel like anyone was smart except Fernanda
how they handled
this episode.
situations, how they're handling situations. Like some people will just throw crap. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. We are going to go ahead and start with a banger. Colt and Larissa. Now, we saw Larissa and Debbie and the cousin Leah go dress shopping, yada, yada, yada. But I really just want to go ahead and dive right into, because she has the same financial issues as usual. She's begging Debbie for her soon-to-be husband's money.
Although, in that little segment, what was really interesting is the power structure and how she was basically like, well, you can either get the dress or you can get your green card. It's up to you.
Ooh,
which I thought, like, you're the mom, Debbie. You're not the fiance. And again, this is like a weird three-way triangle. That pissed me off because how dare she?
Yeah.
She's not in charge.
She's always crossing the line. I feel like she loves power. And the fact that they have a bank account and they're sharing the bank account, as you know, it just makes her feel better. Like that's one thing she has over Larissa.
Yeah, and in this episode, Larissa also talks about how Colt told her before she came to America, he would buy her whatever she wanted. He freaking lied to her. So a lot of people are giving hate to Larissa.
Really?
Yeah, well, kind of, yeah. People are like, oh, she should be deported. I've read some comments and stuff. But I actually feel for her because I feel like she has been lied to. And I think, what the heck is she getting?
Right.
What?
I was team Larissa. I was definitely team Larissa, especially when she started arguing with John.
She stole the show this episod.
She did.
This episode, she stole the freaking show.
I just want to read 3 quotes from this man. Yes. I really do. The 3 quotes I put down were, your man pays for everything because you don't have an effing thing right now. That made me mad. Number 2, you should feel like a queen with a rock like that. But no, you take advantage. And she cracked up laughing, and so did I. What is she taking advantage of? Explain.
Exactly. And since when did it become you're taking advantage because someone's getting married and they're buying you a ring?
Right.
Like, when is it turning into that? Like, how is it turning into like, oh, I can't buy your ring. Oh, I can't take care of you financially. Isn't that like how it's always kind of been? I mean, it's okay for a girl to work, but I'm saying like, just because he pays for your stuff, you're using him.
And then the third one, this B is for his money, period. Out of line. But which one do you guys want to start with?
What money?
I don't understand.
I mean, I think that the cousin John was 100% out of line. I think that it was rude of him to talk to her that way, and I think it was rude of Colt not to stick up for her. I mean, if that's supposed to be your man should stick up for you and be like, hey, you know, you may not like her, but it's not appropriate for you to talk to her this way.
Yeah.
You chose her as your fiance, and you chose to marry her, so, like, stick up for her. That's your woman. So if all of those things are true, then why are you marrying her, and why are you allowing your family to just talk crazy to her?
I agree. I did see one comment. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
I saw one comment, and someone said that John was just defending Debbie, that it wasn't even that serious of a situation. But all I saw was red, because he was just, the way he tears her, he's been doing that from the beginning of the season. We had a conversation, and he just loves to pick at her and just any little thing. It's just like he thinks she needs money, and for
John.
John.
Yeah, and even when he showed up to the house, he didn't say hi to her. He doesn't even try at all. And people are, I don't know. And then it's interesting because Larissa also said, I won't put my head down and let him control me about Colt, because he is financially controlling her.
Listen, he wanted a trophy wife, and now he doesn't want to have the responsibility of all the things that she may or may not want.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't have it both ways.
Right.
Yeah. And I feel like it's No, I feel like it's the world against Larissa. I feel like they're all against her, and I feel like she's really alone here.
100%.
And Debbie is behind a lot of it too, because where is John, and I don't even know what his wife's name is, but where have they been? So you know nothing about the interaction except the one interaction you had. So where are you feeding? Where are you getting this information that she's such a bad person? Unless, because there's some theories out there. Unless he feels a little intimidated. Do you know what I mean? Because she is a beautiful woman. She's Latina. She's like all of these things, and he's like Joe Average. Yeah. Right? So the theory might be like, how is Colt getting this woman? Obviously, it can only be because she wants her green card and money, and not because she loves him. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's what he's thinking in his mind, or at least that's the theory.
And Kimberly Mayfield in the chat said Larissa is right when she is getting just sex and a bunch of window shopping trips.
Every episode is really getting annoying. Every episode she finds something she likes. Debbie says absolutely not, and it's done. And then that's why, and it's like, Colty wants me to have his car. It's just like, it's honestly, come on. Like, I'm gonna need something else from them. But Larissa, you did great, sweetie. You did great, sweetie.
Yeah,
defending yourself.
Who is against the queen will die.
She was not playing any games with him. And then even when Colt was trying to be calm and like explain things, she's acting like she understands like this, and she says, you know what? So you know what, Colt? Yeah, let me just go ahead and
roll that
he really thought that she was like actually like listening, because maybe she was like, okay, but like when you say but, I feel like people think you're taking in what they're saying all the time. But she's like, but, and then she finished what she had to say, took that ring off, threw it, go girl.
She had a right to be mad.
Yeah, absolutely.
She had a right to be mad, and I wish she had confronted him a little bit. Like, hey, what did you do? You didn't stand up for me at all.
No.
Yeah.
But can I tell you that she was also comedy relief in this episode for me?
Yes.
Like her $100,000 dress, and then when she's fighting with John and saying how, watch, I'll be a millionaire in like a year or two, and then you could take me in my you could go for a ride with me in my Jaguar.
Yeah.
I love her.
Like, go ahead.
I really do like her.
I like her. I think she's funny. I think she's like, I don't know. A lot of people are spewing hate against her, and I feel like.
Well, she does have some skeletons too, though. Right?
She does.
But she's sticking up for herself, at least in this episode.
And guys, remember, she can't get a job. So if she could, and if she was here and she could get a job, maybe she would.
Right.
She can't. So.
He's trying to throw that in her face.
Yeah.
So
what did he say? He also said, like, you don't drive, you don't have a car. What did he say? Something like that. And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like
he said
blows.
he's paid for everything. You don't do an effing thing right now. Like, dude.
But she can't.
That's why, like,
and she was promised that she'd be taken care of if she came over. So you can take several seats right now.
Right.
Yes.
He just.
Cole
really
even called her a B this episode. Well, he said a B. You're acting like a B.
Yeah.
Even if they poison Debbie, you still don't have to act like that.
Right. Goodness, Cole, you're like one of the clowns of the episode. Not even gonna lie. Honestly, everything he did, just sitting there, was foolish. So.
But the wedding dress shopping, when he was like, she's like, Colty wants something sexy, something with a lot of cleavage. But I'm like, Colt, a wedding's supposed to be pure innocent or something like that. And then she was like, what did she say? I'm not a slut. Like, I shouldn't look like a slut.
She said she wants to try something more nasty for Colt. That's what she said.
Yeah. And then Debbie said,
he's a freak.
Colt would rather see you in like a nice nightgown than he would like, it's none of your business.
Yeah, I told you it's all
gross.
gross. I mean, think about it. It's all gross. It's such a weird little dynamic, and I haven't figured it out, and it's probably going to take me to the end of the season, but I'm still sticking with my theory.
Right. Well,
so it's like, Colt, Larissa, please, Colt, and that's all.
Yeah. We'll figure out what dress they choose in the end, because clearly she was not getting that $2,400 to save her life. Okay, our next heavy hitter is Eric and Leida.
Oh my God. Train wreck.
The absolute worst. The absolute worst couple I've seen on 90 Day, honestly. I've never disliked someone as much as I dislike Leida, and that is because I just feel like I just see an evil person. Like, she likes to see people break down, and she likes that she thinks she has power, and it really sucks seeing, what all happened with Tasha. I was disappointed even more so with Eric than I was Leida, because your daughter is supposed to feel like no matter what, she has you, especially when it's a step parent. You want to make sure that they know that they're loved and they're taken care of and they're good. But the fact that she has to feel uneasy, and the fact that your girl can call her up and go back and forth with her, and you say, get your stuff and get out, like, I was actually hurt. And that's when I was going to cry. Was that the same point you were going to cry, when he was talking to her like that?
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe on the phone when he told her to get her S and get out. I could not believe it, because last week when he defended her or said, I can't be a deadbeat dad, I have to be there for my children. Right. That's your child too. And you're actually taking the side of this complaining, using woman over your child. Your child is your child for life. She can be 19 or 21. She's still your child.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So no one should ever disrespect your child like that. And I can't wait till next week, because I saw the preview where the mom goes and says, you know what, you have a problem with my child, and the way you talk to her, I have a problem with you.
Right.
Because someone has to do that, because Eric is not doing that.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I wonder how the camera crew feels, like, seeing that and not being able to say anything. Is like, I can only imagine.
She's like threatening him every time. You notice that with Leida, when she gets pissed at him, she's like, well, I'm just gonna go back home. I'm taking Alexandra with me. I'm going back to Indonesia. And it's like, she threatens, and he's like, no, I'll do whatever you want. And that's why she keeps doing it.
Right. And then in her next breath, it's like, well, I need here because I need an opportunity to expand my medical career and like further myself.
She said she's forcing herself to get married to him because there's a lot of opportunity for her medical career here. Mm-hmm. And then he asked her, are you doing this for your grad? And she's like, for her green card. And she's like, no, I'm not doing it for my green card.
But don't forget, there was a huge pause before she answered. She paused, and then she said, of course I'm not.
Right.
I love you. Like, pause. I don't know
he knew
about you,
then.
but like, body language and how people speak, and you got to pay attention to all of that stuff.
Right.
I wanted to mention how disrespectful she was talking in front of two underage children. Yeah. And one of them being his other daughter. And I just thought it was so disgusting how she was like cursing and like kicking one out and cursing in front of the other one. She's like had no class whatsoever.
Yeah,
she keeps saying, I have such class and I have this and this and this. Well, you know what? You're the worst.
Right.
She's the worst.
She is, honestly.
And so is she expecting, because she told him that I don't want to, you need to stop paying child support. I need to be your number one priority.
No.
I want you to give up, did she say parental rights kind of?
Yeah.
Like she wants him to give up parental rights of his children.
Yep, so that he doesn't have to pay anymore.
Is that
Do you
so
mean
he could
expecting
pay?
as in like a child, or?
No. She wants Eric to give up all his parental rights of his kids.
Yeah. I thought you said when she's
No.
expecting.
And which is interesting, because I'm like, is she expecting him to pay for her medical school or whatever she has to do? Because medical licensing, I mean, it's different in different countries, So I'm wondering if she's like, well, I need that and I need this, and how is that going to happen if he has paying all this money for this? Curious.
And speaking of paying all this money, guys, it's the holiday season. Everyone's on a budget. Everyone has a lot of things to purchase out there. So, I think we should also think about Poshmark, because Poshmark has amazing deals at half the price. And you don't always have to buy something new. Some of the stuff is just like barely used.
Right.
And they have great brands like Louis Vuitton and Gucci and all the things you want at a fraction of the price. And I think that that's amazing. So you got to download that free Poshmark app. They carry women's, they carry children,
Everything.
they
I
carry
have the app.
men's. You got the app?
Yeah.
It's addicting.
Do you got the app?
Yeah.
It's amazing. And you can go on there and you can actually like just bid on something. And if the seller likes it and says, hey, you know what? sure, I'll take $5 less or $10 less.
Right.
Sold. Shipping is free as always. Yay. And if you use the AfterBuzz code, listeners of AfterBuzz will get $5 off their first purchase. So, code AfterBuzz. Check it out.
And start now, honestly.
Yeah.
What do we have, like 2 weeks or so?
Oh my gosh.
Like, get it together. Start now. I haven't even started, so I'm talking to myself. Have you started? Anyone started?
Poshmark.
Gotta get it together.
Make it happen.
Really quick, I do want to, before we move on, couples.
Yeah, let's talk about them more.
I want to mention one thing that Leida said that really, it just upset me so much. She said, oh, wait, let me find it.
Can I mention its own?
I don't care if I'm going to be the evil stepmother. If that will make Alessandro have a better life, then it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't care about anybody else but myself. Even his daughter, she's like, oh, I'm going to let her stick around pretty much because, you know, Alessandro will have someone to play with.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to also mention how she, in all her complaining, she talked about how Eric has baggage with kids, but she also has a kid too. So, like, what the hell is she talking about? What is she talking about? Like, she expects him to just walk away from his kids when right there on the floor is your child.
Right.
From a previous marriage that you want him to take care of and put before his own children, his own flesh and blood. Like, are you crazy?
Yeah. And he's not being assertive enough, I feel like.
Yep.
You know?
He's
like, there's
pushover.
plenty of time. Yeah, 100%. Like, I thought at the beginning of the episode when he put his foot down for a second, I'm like, oh, cool. Like, he's, like, ready to leave if she doesn't get it together. And then we come to find out he's telling them two different things. And that really made me mad, too.
And did you see Tasha's face when she actually heard him on the phone? Her whole face changed because was told by him that, oh, I can't defend you because, you know, Leida freaks out. And then when he actually said that to her, and he said it more than once,
it broke her.
It broke her. And when she went outside, I know she was trying to collect herself, and you could just see how hurt she was and how she's like, well, if he's going to choose this woman over me, then, you know, I won't go to the wedding and he won't be in my life. And I want him in my life.
That's
it was so sad.
Because she's like she's a nice person. You can tell she's not like.
She's not.
I mean, a lot of people would go off, call her like, do things, maybe start a physical altercation. And she even said she's not expecting him to choose between him and her, but she is his daughter. She didn't even say choose me. You know what I mean, Dad? She just said like, I'm your daughter.
But it shouldn't even be a choice.
Yeah,
that's
shouldn't.
That's
I
what
know,
I keep
but I'm saying like as a child, she's saying this. She is not a child, but she's young. She's saying this, and look at Leida.
It just shouldn't even be a choice.
She shouldn't even have to think that. Like, those words
Yeah.
shouldn't have to come out of her mouth. Anything. But.
Mr. Oliwada in the live chat said, realistically, his child support payment can't be too much since it's based on income. That's true.
Dang it. Okay.
What does he do?
I don't know. They never said. I don't think they ever said.
No, they never said.
Let's go ahead and get into Ashley and Jay. Aww. So, you know, they call off the wedding because there's just a lot of drama. We still know that they're going to get married. They're going to get eloped in Vegas, which I feel like that's more fitting for them anyway.
Yeah, they're
than
fun.
having this, like, big, you know, wedding, just, like, super formal. I just feel like they're just a fun, like you said, a fun couple, and it works out. I just want to know how the friends feel, not the two that were on this episode, but how everyone else is feeling about having to keep going through the same thing over and over again. Do you think this is the last time that they'll have to go look for dresses or save the date or anything?
I think they're already married.
No,
so,
I'm saying in general, like, do you think she'll renew her vows and stuff like that, or what do you think?
Do you think that she'll renew her
Do you
vow?
think she's done? She got eloped. She's done. It's like there's no more. Because they said even in there, let's keep the dresses just in case. But like,
well, because we know that she got married in Jamaica first and foremost,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So I think that the friends are her ride or dies. So I think that they're going to keep the dresses, whether they renew their vows in a couple of years or whatever. They thought the dresses were beautiful, so they're down.
yeah, she's really got some good friends though with her because I will probably get tired. But I mean, if that's your best friend, then obviously not or whatever. But yeah, I just really liked the way they said they were going to Vegas. I mean, that made me happy.
Fun.
And the first thing I'm like, oh, well, that's better. Like, I mean, it makes more sense for them, especially Jay.
I can't believe they're canceling their wedding though. I mean, that whole situation, that's pretty sad. And now they're putting security cameras in their house.
The fact that you have to be that scared, the fact that people are like that crazy that you have to do stuff like that.
Exactly. Like, I think this show is getting so big. Fans are getting so into it. We love you, fans. We love you so much. But
coming in strong.
it's like, y'all need to calm down. Like, you don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to be doing death threats. You don't have to be doing all these different things that are happening. I mean, we understand what you're seeing on the show bugs you or whatever, but it's like, come on.
The threats.
The
and
threats.
She has kids.
Imagine, like, you have to put security cameras in your house now, because before you never had to deal with that. But now you're on a show, and now it's getting crazy. I mean, I think you do sign up for that, but then it's like, you don't need stalkers or people that are going to ruin, like, your events and stuff and show up.
Right. Any thoughts, Linda?
I mean, I love this couple, and I think that they definitely knew what they were signing up for, but there's always going to be crazies. Like, there are always crazies in everything that you do, and it's unfortunate that this wrecked their wedding. However, I don't think it was only that. I think that they were already married, so they don't have to have a huge wedding, and eloping is very, like, romantic almost. Like, just the two of them in Vegas, falling in love all over again. I really like these two together, and I think that they're doing what's right for them, so that's kind of good. I also loved in this episode when Jay said, whatever Ashley wants to do, I'm with her. I loved that. I think that supporting your future spouse is what it's all about, and he was showing that, you know what, I'm down with her. I ride with her. This is my girl.
Yeah, they're really in love.
And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was, I think Jay doesn't drink, because every time they're drinking, he's like, well, what about me? So I thought that was really interesting. Like, 20-year-old, like, non-drinking of wine and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a good couple. I think they're really in love.
What are you going to say?
I think it's okay. So, like, I was, creeping online, reading all the news and stuff. And Ashley did post that, the person that was, a lot of people are coming back from their past, I noticed. The person that was did attack their wedding site with all those, like, bad comments and stuff was a guy that she rejected in high school. So it's crazy. People are coming out of the woodworks, like, against them, starting crap.
Listen, when crazy stuff happens, they always say it's someone you know.
Oh,
Well, here's the thing. It's like,
No, I'm
I
just
know.
saying, like, no, well,
Like, people.
that's crazy, and it's not. I'm not surprised that he's
being on reality TV.
get over it.
It's like winning the lotto. You win the lotto, all of a sudden you have all these new friends, and you have all these old friends that you may or may not have talked to in 10 years or 5 years or whatever it is. But now you're a reality show and a number one reality show. All these people want to get in on your 15 minutes, and sometimes it's in a negative way.
Right. Well, that's that for them. I wish we saw a little bit more of this couple this episode, but we know from the preview things are gonna get a little heated, and I cannot wait. Stuff is finally boiling over, and we see, is the friend's name Natalie? It's something like
Natalie.
Crazy.
It's gonna be interesting. I feel like a little bit she's putting on for the camera. Natalie is, just because of how loud she was, like, oh no, you're not doing that. Like, it was just really, like, scripted a little bit, just her part. But I don't think our girl was playing. I don't think Ashley was playing with her. The way she opened that door.
Like, who's
She
banging
didn't even
on
look.
my...
Did she even look in the people?
She must have, the way she opened that door. She was not playing any games, like, what's good.
But she didn't
love
look.
her.
She just opened that door. Like, who is banging on my door like that? Like,
No
nuh-uh.
games.
And then she flew out the door as soon as she found out who
Yeah.
it
This
was.
is going to get insane.
I loved it.
I love this couple. Favorite couple, number one. Wow.
All right, now, I feel like this is one of my least favorite couples, Steven and Olga.
We're not seeing too much.
Yeah, not.
Because nothing happens with them. Nothing happens with them.
They're in the same position that they were, other than the fact that she gave birth. But, I mean...
However, I do find it alarming that he says his only priority right now is to make sure that his son is a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
And the fact that he thinks that he's going to take that newborn child away from the mom.
Yeah.
Like, that should be scary for her. Because... he's like, well, it could take a long time. And they even said there's problems with the embassy not taking many appointments for the K-1 visa, right? So it can take who knows how long.
Yeah.
So you're going to be away from your child for however long, and Steven thinks that's okay?
And he thinks he's actually going to be able to take care of the child. And he's already jealous of the child for getting too much attention. Imagine the neglect
That's why.
that the child would have just from being with him. Like, that's not a thing.
That's why I'm saying it's very alarming
Full of Wits in that live chat said Stephen wants to steal the baby. And then Kimberly Mayfield said Stephen is going to kidnap that baby.
I think so
Guys,
too.
it's terrifying.
Because even with the friend Anna, the best friend, she asked him, you know, are you here for the child or are you here for Olga?
Right.
And that was a very, very telling question because he didn't answer.
He didn't.
And
But I think we already know the answer. Yeah, we know the answer.
Just putting the car seat in, he gets frustrated.
Right.
What car seat? Can I just talk about that?
Okay, yeah.
What car seat? Did you see them in the back seat? Her just having the baby. I was like, do people still do that? Like, what year are we in?
In other countries, things
Well,
fly.
Asuelu even said that where he is, they don't even do. It's like you hold the child.
Yeah, some of the countries they.
I was like,
Crazy dangerous, right? Goodness, goodness.
Whoa.
And I want to go
so
ahead
curious.
now, since we're on it, go ahead and hop into Asuelu and Kalani.
Oh, I love them too.
Same old, same old.
Although when he started crying, that
It
just
hurt me,
touched
but
my heart.
that's not the first time he's cried.
I know, but this was like him really trying to communicate. So their problem is they don't communicate. She wants to communicate with words. He wants to communicate with touchy-feely. And when he told that story about, you know, being back home and hugging his pillow and pretending it was her and being so excited that he was able to do that every day now, like that just touched my heart. It really did. Like,
But do you feel the same love from her?
I don't. I feel like she treats him like her other child.
Right.
You know, she even calls him baby, which is totally fine. But I think that she doesn't respect him as a man. I think she thinks it's almost like I'm babysitting him.
Absolutely. Every time she talks to him, it's kind of like she dumbs things down.
She's
and it's
condescending.
like-
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
It bothers me.
It does. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was so sad. And then, did you guys see when he was crying? She was kind of smiling, like kind of like a little smirky.
No,
Watch
I
that.
didn't notice
Rewatch that part of the episode. She was kind of like, he really does care. Like I'm like, he's crying. Like you're not going to show any type of like empathy for him.
And
or
every
anything.
day I don't know if I want to marry him anymore. You already know that you don't. Like, you say this every other day.
She actually said in this episode that she doesn't want to marry him. And then after their talk, she's like, oh, now I want to marry him.
It's just like back and forth. People take marriage so lightly that it just bothers me. Just come on. What were you going to say?
A lot of people in the live chat are saying they can't stand Kalani.
Neither can I.
Yeah.
But there's other people I can't stand more. So
There's
I'm
some
not
like
even putting my
rumors
energy
going
into it.
around too, though, about their relationship behind closed doors. So I don't know. They might fool us. I don't know.
I don't know, but I feel like this couple, I need to see something jump off. Like, at least with the other couples, we're getting something for the most part. But this one, we're just like in the same place. Like, what happens next? Like, I can't even think of a scenario that happens next with this couple other than, okay, like maybe they'll get married, or like, I don't.
He's not
know
going
if
to
they
flirt
are
with
not,
the
but-
girl in front of her. He's not going to do anything. Like, he's not going to get drunk and go crazy. I don't
Yeah.
see him doing anything.
What other drama or like what other twist is gonna happen unless he Ricky's us, like we always say?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I love
don't know.
Asuelu, though.
But yeah, I feel like mainly just like the couples, Colt and Larissa and Eric and Leida were like the main focus
this
because we
episode,
only
yeah.
saw Jonathan and Fernanda. We can talk about them. We only saw them once. And it was him having that conversation with her about his mom. And she's just like, hey, I need my kids to have their grandparents, both, like, you know, to be close to my mom and your mom. So, but I really appreciate how mature she is. I say this a lot, but to be, 19, she wants all her I's dotted and all her T's crossed before
Smart
she gets
girl.
married. She is really smart. Anyone
I
else would
like
kind of
her.
like whatever, but she's on it.
I
Well,
like her.
marriage is serious to her
Yeah.
and her family. That's how she's raised. Like, family's everything. It's number one. It's before career. It's before everything.
Right.
That's how you're raised in the culture. Like, I don't know. So that I get it. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
get
get
why
it
she's
too.
like that. Yeah.
I love it. I love the fact that she is so in tune with what her needs are, and I love how she's trying to mend Jonathan's family, not only for Jonathan but for her future family. I think that that's really important. It shows a lot about how she was raised and her character as a person. And I thought it was interesting when John was like, oh, I'm so stressed about the wedding. It's only 6 weeks away. We don't have the cake and this and that. And she's like, you know what? You're focusing on the wrong thing. You need to fix your relationship with your mom. You need to tell her you're sorry. And you need to tell her that you love her all the time. And those things are so important because, you know, time is not promised. So I just thought it was so beautiful that she was able to take that time to make him understand how important family really is.
Absolutely. I feel like she's the smartest young person on here. Well, maybe just even the smartest person in general. Like, she's not playing games. Like, okay, yeah, like you said, like, time is running out, but let's focus. Let's get everything in order. She's trying to get it done quick, too. Like,
I think it's such a huge adjustment for her because I'm sure, I mean, even me growing up in the culture, you have huge families, you know what I mean? Like, and you're used to being around them, you're used to living with them, you're used to being always near them. So, like, her being over here in the U.S., she doesn't have that. She has Jonathan, and then his mom, maybe he sees every once in a while.
So
that's
she needs
tough.
everyone.
You need that. It's lonely because you're used to that all the time, every weekend, you know what I mean? Always seeing these people.
Yeah,
so it's like, it's hard for her. So that's why I think she's yearning for it so much.
Yeah.
And she's scared to, like, get married to him because it's like, I'm not going to have that.
And he had a moment.
Yep.
He did. And I felt like it was
I
genuine.
like this couple now. Before I was kind of like, Now I'm like, after seeing the other couples, I'm like, well,
Yeah.
this one looked like they're going to last.
Yeah, no, and he was actually genuine. Sometimes when they have conversations, I just feel like we're just getting the same BS from Jonathan.
Yeah.
But this time we actually saw like some emotion.
Yeah.
And that made me like him a lot more.
Yeah.
It really did.
Do you guys think they're going to stay on this season? The next season? Though some of these couples aren't really bringing the drama.
Absolutely not. Stephen and Olga, we'll probably never follow them again. We'll probably never see them again.
There's so many rumors out there that I think the couples that bring the high drama are definitely going to be the ones that we see again for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Jakayla in the live chat says, I do think he's going to break her, regarding Jonathan and Fernanda, I do think he's going to break her heart. They remind me of George and Anfisa in a way without the extreme dramatics. I don't know, though. Maybe.
I think she's more on it than Anfisa was.
Yeah.
Like, she is like, but she's not rude about it. She's not as cutthroat about it. She's just like, Anfisa was a bit like, hold up, like she's a bit too blunt.
Listen,
but
I loved her
like,
bluntness.
I liked Anfisa too. I liked. I enjoyed watching them. They were great TV.
But I just feel like the way they move is different.
Yeah.
But they still get the same points across.
Absolutely.
I'm just curious how these like Olga and Steven, Jonathan and Fernanda are gonna keep it going. Next
too.
season because
Yeah.
we need. I mean, the couples that are causing the crazy making are the ones that are lasting. on
Yeah,
these
but you
shows.
also need some stability, right? Because the part of the whole 90 days is like you want to root for someone to have success and have a successful marriage, right? So
Of course,
there's going to be
It's
like
not just about what we want.
there's going to be like a
Like,
stable
where's that drama?
couple,
Yeah, absolutely.
but of course we're going to have the drama too.
Yep, cannot wait. All right, moving on. It's time for our news and gossip.
Woo, news and gossip.
And we have a lot of it.
TV news.
So much good stuff. So much good stuff on this little show here.
First up.
So much news, you guys. And the news is like every freaking day, like 10, 20 stories, like coming at you.
Yeah. So if you follow these pages, I'm sure you know.
I follow them. I'm kind of
Like,
obsessed
posting
now.
back and forth. And well, Stacey, you made a page for
yeah,
us.
for the
so-
fans. I
yeah.
made a page for you guys so you guys can talk to us more. It's called 90 Day Fiance Now. And you guys can reach out to us. Send us any news you find. We can post it. We can interact with you.
Yeah.
We do live chats, everything. Because we don't get enough time every week.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we want more time with you.
Yeah.
So Leida posted this on her Insta stories. Guys, if you have screenshots of Tasha mentioning my name and talking about me, please send the evidence to Officer Carl. So he and the detective will escalate it so we can file. So she's really taking things to another level against Tasha. And
So clearly Eric isn't doing his
nothing.
job.
And suppose, yeah.
Oh my!
I'm so disappointed, you guys.
goodness.
I'm so disappointed that she would allow this. This next one I thought was hilarious. Because she's always saying, I have class, and then it says with Maury Povich voice, the fact that you keep throwing the cost and size of your previous failed marriage in Eric's face determined that was a lie.
Right. Determined that was a lie.
Right. Super classy. Sassy. Guys, this next photo, okay, it's a real thing. It's a Save Olga photo, and it has Olga and her baby with angel wings on it. Comes in 16 colors, and it's 1990, and I think it's hilarious.
If anyone actually buys it, take a picture and send it in.
Yeah.
Literally, just DM it to our Instagram, 90 Fiancé Now, and we're gonna show it. That's actually really funny.
Oh my gosh,
funny.
they're getting shirts now. This show's getting so big.
Redbubble.com, guys. Go check it out. It's hilarious.
Did you guys hear they're now doing cameos too? Like some of the couples are doing cameos, and you can like request them to do shout outs to you, like for Christmas or for something.
Yeah,
Nicole's doing it. David and Annie, who I missed and I want them back,
Yeah,
are doing it. They're great.
Guys,
Guess
Speaking
who?
of cameos, we need a cameo with them.
no words, rock star.
No.
No words with this long hair.
Is this like a joke or is this like
This is
real?
This is him in the past. It was real. This
This is a throwback.
This is a throwback.
the crazy Colt. This is the kinky rock star Colt that he has inside.
Interesting.
That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. There's so much more to this weird little couple. But, you know, he's looking like 1980s rock star right there.
Goodness. Okay, cool.
This is my favorite picture ever. So, guys, it says, don't tell me this isn't the same person. So, theory one, there was no lawyer, so they dressed up Steven as the lawyer. Theory
What?
Theory two, Steven's dad had an affair in Russia, and that's his brother.
Wait.
Come on,
The
you don't...
fact that they look that much alike is insane.
Right? You didn't notice it.
No, I did not notice
Right?
that. Oh,
Crazy,
No,
right?
you guys.
But
this
look,
is making me
look,
sad.
Can we close up again? Can we close up? Because even look at the jawline and look
The
at their nose
eyes.
and the eyes, and tell me, you know that
They put a wig on him.
Right.
They threw a wig and glasses on him.
That's right.
What the flip? I want to say the F word
Now I have
so
to go
bad
back.
right now.
I have to go back and examine this myself.
Right? And then if you guys really were watching and paying attention,
God, I love these fans. I love you guys.
the body types when they are introduced, just watch how they are introduced in the body types,
So
and
it's
then
like-
tell me that's not conspiracy.
Like Parent Trap, like they just doubled it.
I mean,
double.
could be.
Like they did Lindsay. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, no. So this is all just fake now. Just kidding. Okay, well, speaking of fake, no, I'm just kidding. Colt. My other favorite couple, Colt and Larissa. He went on his Instagram stories, and a lot of times, a lot of them are doing this now, where they just like ask people to ask them questions. And then someone said, "You seem so laid back. Is it difficult dealing with a feisty Brazilian?" And he said, "Drugs help." Colt's got jokes.
She's not even that crazy. It's because of him. He makes her crazy.
F's with her.
Some people be like, will act like you're just this crazy person. You know what you're doing.
Yep.
And then they asked him, "How old were you when you lost your virginity?" He said 90 days ago.
And
then they asked him, Colt.
Hector determined
They asked
that
him
was a
some
lie because
other-
she has said stuff that was longer than 90 days ago since they filmed this. And she always is talking about his body. So
And yeah, he talks about his body parts too in some of these questions, and that he's a kink. You guys can check that out on my Instagram because
Oh, my
he's answered so many questions. That's
too
funny.
much info.
Colt.
And then we've got your favorite couple.
My favorite. So these pictures were leaked, and it's
dang
of
it.
I don't know though. Is this the wedding that they had in Jamaica? Is this not?
So
I feel
that's
like
What
it
do you
is.
guys think?
That's the theory out there. So
Yeah.
the theory out there is that
of
some
Ashley
of her
and Jay.
friends that were at the wedding and are no longer talking to her leaked those pictures.
Yikes.
Wow.
Yeah. No,
But it's
I
beautiful.
believe
They
it.
look
It is.
beautiful.
They look
It's really
awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
But doesn't it suck that, well, you're in this position and you can't put the stuff out yourself?
Yep.
Everyone beats you to it. And
Yeah.
it's just like nothing you can do.
Wow.
Especially like photos like that are just like this, like they mean this
Intimate.
much to you.
Yeah.
Much to you intimate. Yeah. Sucks.
Yep.
But
How
it's
are they?
great.
I mean, I guess like, well, I found it, but I'm saying like the photographers are leaking them.
Something. Maybe there's a
Laptops being
website that they posted
stolen?
it to or something.
No, I think what they're saying is that a friend, like one of her friends, was at this wedding in Jamaica and took photos. You know how you take photos at
Yeah.
weddings? And that person is the one that leaked it. And that person is no longer someone that she talks to. That's what the theory is.
Interesting. Well, Fernanda and what's his name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Sorry, I'm gonna need you guys to have a
Yeah, you guys need
so I
some
can
drama.
see. Y'all can
Spice it
remember.
up. Spice it up.
They had their own little photo shoot. It was
Right?
cute.
Yeah, they had this, and this was a photo shoot. Kind of people were speculating, oh, is this your wedding photos or these are wedding photos? No, they aren't. The photographer wrote me on one of my comments, like, these aren't their wedding photos. These are just like was a styled shoot. Super cute
Oh,
styled
it
shoot,
is
though.
Super cute. Perfect timing too. Time for the Christmas. All right, you guys ready for our special segment?
Yes.
We're gonna need some time because I've got some good ones. Let's see. Our first one. There are a lot of issues, believe it or not, about priority ranking. You're not going to need your science for this one. The second one, you will, though. There are a lot of issues about priority rankings in families. I'm going to give you a list, and you'll put it in the order you believe to be correct. Parents, children, spouse.
Is this
What comes first?
in a nuclear family?
Yeah. Or maybe we can say, what do
Like
you believe?
our biological children.
No, what do you,
Okay.
And what do you believe? Children, your spouse, your parents. What order would you put that in? Who comes first, second, and third? I know, it's hard. I'll go ahead and answer while you guys wait.
Okay.
This hurts me to the core. This really does, even having to put myself in this situation, but it has to go your children, your spouse, and because you're married, then your parents. And it's like, dang, is that really how it really has to go this way? Like, they can't just be all, but, and then some religions, it goes your spouse,
your
children,
parents.
parents.
I kind of believe that.
That's how I think.
I believe that. I believe spouse should come first, and then the children, and then your parents.
I'm with Stacey.
Does it happen
Because
often like that, though, really?
Well, I think that healthy relationship between a man or whoever is getting married, whatever, should be that healthy relationship creates healthy kids. So, like, if you have a strong bond, you each got each other's back, so you'll both be there for your children. You know.
And I also
Teamwork
Nice,
makes
but I
the
feel
dream
like
work.
once I have kids, I'm still.
Oh yeah,
the
we
kids,
could totally
we
change.
always say the kids always come first, and then we want to hit them with the, no, your spouse does, you know. It's really hard. What do people say?
Madison Lindell said, "Down, my baby, my mans, my fams." I love you.
No, but like I feel like that's how she go. I don't know.
Or all three at once. That's what she put.
If you didn't have to order it, I would agree. Linda, you're not a fan of this question, are you?
I mean, I am a fan of it. I was just trying to.
You don't know, process it.
Yeah.
All right, and our second question: could you marry someone that doesn't defend you against their family? I know some people are like, they don't need defending, or some people even say, well, your family and their family, duke it out.
I'm gonna say no.
No?
Immediately.
Negative. No.
No,
I'm gonna
say no as well. Honestly, if you do not defend me with your family, then I'm not your family. We're not getting married. I will not walk down that aisle. You'll be standing there looking stupid.
Yep.
Honestly.
That's gonna create so much problems and no.
Yeah.
No.
Especially at the beginning, like
If you don't have my back against your family, you're not gonna have my back against other people.
Yeah. Goodness. Okay. So, Larissa, just a warning. He'll never have your back.
Run.
While you can. But we're gonna go ahead and get into prediction. Yeah, she hasn't. Predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
Anything good, Linda? You usually have the good ones.
I just think that we're gonna see more about Fernanda, Jonathan, and his mother's relationship. I think that even though it was all lovey-dovey this episode, I don't think it's gonna go super smooth after they leave Chicago. I think Jay and Ashley gonna be in Vegas and gonna have a great time, but I do think that maybe they're gonna have some of their friends there to help party with them.
Nice.
And then my only other prediction is I think that we haven't seen the last of, obviously we saw in some news and gossip, the drama between Leida and Tasha. I think it's going to get way worse than it already is.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they probably didn't even preview. Like, maybe Leida and Tasha met each other again. I don't know. We only saw a quick preview of the wife putting her in her place. So yeah, I wonder how that's going to play out.
I think it's Alita going to be attacking her more, and I think Tasha's just going to be like calmly, defending herself, but getting more and more hurt, which is sad. I think also Colt and Larissa, I can't wait to see her like throw down more.
Me neither.
And put him in his place, Larissa. And then Kalani and Asuelu, same old, same old. It's going to be her family against him. Asuelu maybe crying, feeling bad about himself. And then I can't wait to see Ashley open that door and go off on her friend.
Oh, cannot wait. I honestly though,
amazing.
I really want. I know you guys are like, disrespect and blah blah. I want Debbie to be put in her place because Debbie knows what she's doing. She's playing the old lady victim card, and she's so innocent. She's not innocent, like Larissa says. She's not a saint. And Larissa, yeah, like Linda said, you have your skeletons, but Girl, I need someone to get Debbie together because. And then okay.
Debbie's looking out for herself. She ain't looking out for Colt.
knows
She's
what
not
she's
looking
doing.
out for Larissa. Everyone is out for them. That's what this episode should have been called. Out for yourself.
Basically.
But
When
for themselves.
Larissa said that Debbie was not going to allow anyone else to love her son, I think that is accurate. I think
Facts.
that's exactly what's going on here. The mom is having a hard time letting go, and she's trying to self-sabotage.
Right. We're going to see it all play out. Can't wait to see you guys next Tuesday, 7 o'clock, most likely, right? Well, unless anyone is going to be gone for the holidays. But regardless, we got you covered here. I'm your girl, Alex Bowers. You can follow me all over social media at Hey Alex Bowers.
Hey guys, I'm Stacey Olivas, and you guys can follow the 90 Day Fiance now. It's on Instagram, and I want to hear from you because you guys have so many great, so much great insight. And then also you can follow me at Stacey_Olivas on Instagram also.
Guys, Linda is so girly all across social media. Definitely hit me up. Keep giving me the scoop, and we'll keep sharing it with you.
Bye.
Bye guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.